What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and I hope you guys are enjoying my my takes on character creator. I've created two of my favorite characters from DC Comics. We have Green Arrow and Red Hood, but it's time to create another character who happens to be one of my two favorite comic book characters of all time, not in this game, and from the Marvel Universe. We have my version of Deadpool. Now, I'm super picky about this, okay? I think it came out pretty good, all things considered. I mean, from the back, it literally looks like it's definitely Deadpool. I don't love the face. I wish there was another option, but it's decent, okay? This is what I think is the best Deadpool. I gave him 2 swords instead of guns. I wish I could give him 1 gun and 1 sword, but I decided to make him a melee type character. So let's go into how I built him. First things first, we need a head, and I went with the head of Phantom Rider with a red kind of touch to it. I kind of messed around with a few others. Moon Knights didn't work. In a perfect world, I wish they had Black Panther. For whatever reason, Black Panther is not one of the options, and I would have liked to have seen what would happen if I could have used Black Panther. But not an option for some weird reason. Because Shuri was kind of close. I also dabbled with using like Symbiote Spider-Man, but Deadpool's eyes aren't that big, so I didn't really think this worked. That was something that I considered, and that is really it. So, oh, I also thought about Scarlet Spider, because his eyes are a little bit smaller. I guess that kind of works for Deadpool. I just wish there was more black and less white. Actually, I haven't really taken a look at him from back a little bit. I mean, I guess that kind of works, but I think that when I look at it, I just think way too much of Spider-Man. And obviously that's for obvious reasons, but I felt like this was the best one for Deadpool. And I know I used it for Red Hood as well, but I mean, they make sense, right? Obviously, I'm not going to use Gwenpool because, you know, her mouth is showing. And I don't think there's really much else. I mean, Daredevil was almost there if he didn't have the mouth. I kind of would have possibly went with that. But I feel like that's the best way to approach the Deadpools. So next up, nothing for the neck, nothing for the helmet, nothing for the attachment. Next we went straight to body. And for body, I know I used a female body, but I used Misty Knight. And the reason why is because they have the black space that's supposed to represent the curves. And then there's the brown area, which is supposed to be like her midriff and her, you know, upper chest. But the way I see it is, you can look at it and just think that those are like belts or whatever, you know. I felt like it was a pretty good use there. I'm willing to, like, I mean, you have to like stretch your imagination a little bit if you do these type of characters. So that's why I was willing to stretch that. Otherwise, there was another one that I was considering for him. I considered this, but I didn't like that it had like that kind of like fur on it. You can kind of see the Ravager logo. So that was one that I considered. And then of course there's Yondu, but you can see his Ravager's logo. I just don't really feel like that works very well for Deadpool. So I really personally feel like Misty Knight is the way to go. There was one other one. I think it might have been like Daredevil or somebody near Daredevil. I really feel like Misty Knight is the best way to go. Again, you have to like suspend your disbelief just a teeny bit. Oh, this was... you know what? Inferno actually makes a lot of sense too. But he's got those abs there. I still like Misty Knight more. I mean, I wish I could take this and then just change the colors. I mean, I guess the G would kind of give it away a little bit. But there's one other one that kind of almost fit. I thought. Yeah, I almost used this one for Ant-Man, but and then I looked at that one, but no, I think Misty Knight is the best way to approach it personally. I think you'll... Oh, this is what I was using also. Gorgon. So this one's not that bad. You know, it definitely fits, but I feel like Misty Knight is the best way to do it. I just wish that her shirt like went all the way down. When you're zoomed out on the character, you can barely even tell that there's that kind of midriff there. You can just pretend it's something else. So obviously we also have hips. I just went with plain red hips since there's a belt on that piece. And then for legs, I went with Adam Warlock. I feel like that was perfect. I think those are Adam Warlock arms as well. Yeah, Adam Warlock arms. And then red hands, because I think he basically has red hands. So there you go as far as that's concerned. For weapons, I mean, I went with dual-wielding swords, and I made sure that they were katana swords, because Deadpool is known for his katana swords. So I really thought that made a lot of sense for him. And then passive traits, obviously this really doesn't matter that much. I gave him fast. I gave him that reticle, voice, whatever. Actually. And then health's red hearts. So, actually, for passive traits, you definitely want to make him invulnerable because, I mean, he regrows and regenerates. For abilities, now, somebody in one of the videos said something about, oh, you could have done this or this or this. I want to leave the passive abilities up to you. I mean, I chose fighting as his tap position on square, and then I chose boomerang for his hold of square. For the tap, I chose stealth, because Deadpool can go stealth. And for the hold, I did like explosive attack. I don't really care about that. And then, give him super jump. And double jump. So, here we have my Deadpool, and let us go somewhere to investigate. Let's go to the Old West. So like I said, when you're running around with Deadpool out here like this, you really can't tell that like midriff area is really there. I feel like he's a really, really solid character. He does move really fast, which is kind of strange.
Crime taking place in your area if you aren't too busy.
I'm not too busy. Where are they at? Oh, okay.
Purple face in the sky was real? Thought I read that.
So even though I have him on like regular or like, oh wow, I have him as wall climbing. He does seem to move really fast, all things considered. I have him set to normal speed though. So, like I said, you can go with the Gorgon or you can go with the Misty Knight. I found Misty Knights to make the most sense just because, all those attachments and everything, and especially the back. If you can just pretend that brown is not, skin, her trying to show off the goods, then, I think you'll be pretty happy with this Deadpool build. Otherwise, I think at worst, you use that Gorgon chest piece, and you've got yourself a really solid Deadpool. I mean, ideally, I would love it if a real Deadpool was in the game, but, beggars can't be choosers at this point, so I'll take what they gave me. I'm gonna get his good buddy Taskmaster in here. So there you have it. You have Deadpool. What do you guys think of my custom Deadpool? Is the skin that's showing from Misty Knight too much? I don't think so. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you.